Welcome to the No Budget Filmcast, where we dip into the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel, or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. My name is Milo Dennison, and with me, as always, are my most excellent co-hosts, Claire Milan.
Hello.
And Cathal Feeney.
Hello.
Yeah, I like how it's swapped from like Cathal being the under-enthusiastic hello and to Claire being the enthusiastic one, and now it's the opposite, to whereas like Claire is under-enthusiastic and Cahall's.
I think it's lockdown fatigue. It is.
It's fine.
It's Hello.
Yeah, it could be. There you go. That's good. Good job. They're very enthusiastic. Very enthusiastic. Okay. Well, today's film is we decided to go French for today's short film, and it's a film called How to Be Happy, or Regarde, I think is what it's called in the French edition. Is that correct? Regarde, is that what they say?
Regard.
They wouldn't pronounce the E?
Regard.
No, I don't think so.
I
Certain regard.
Yeah.
Or look.
Apologies to our French speakers, because none of us speak French. So it's a film by a guy named David Kadoche O'Sullivan. So I wonder if he's Irish with the last name of O'Sullivan.
Originally. It's a great combination of names.
Anyway, so yeah, it's like French and then Irish. So anyway, his name's David Kadoche O'Sullivan, or David Kadoche. And the film is basically follows two people, mainly the main character, who has a very kind of positive outview on the world, works in a call center, goes into work, is very positive about everything that happens with him. His wife is a little less positive, and the moral of the film is kind of has to do with the viewing of the way we view the world. And should we say spoilers? Because kind of the ending kind of needs to be talked about, or no? Or did you figure it out? So here, my take on it is, I kind of saw the ending coming, and I could tell you at what point there. So it's a twist. I guess it's a twist ending film. So if you're one of those viewers that is worried that we might spoil the twist ending, you might want to think about that. But so far we haven't spoiled it. Anyway, there's a point in the film where he's walking down a hallway after talking to one of his coworkers, and he trips over a toolbox. And to me, that's kind of what gave away what was going on there. The way they filmed it at the very end was very different than what I expected. But at that point, I realized kind of what was going on, what the twist was going to be. As a film, it's okay. It's kind of a nice little, hey, we should view the world better kind of film. I thought the acting was reasonably decent. But beyond that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
It was really weird. I think I saw it a while.
I didn't see it coming.
But I didn't see it coming. But I know what they're trying to get at, and I know they're trying to tug your heartstrings. And I looked up comments afterwards, and they were saying, "Oh my God, this is the best film I ever saw." You know, I was crying at the end, but it just didn't work for me for some reason. I didn't feel for the characters. Like it was okay. The acting was okay. The story was okay, but it didn't pull on my heartstrings, you know. And it was a bit too sentimental. And so this film won in Cannes, won in the short film segment in Cannes. I think it won a few other awards as well. But
yep, I don't think that's the main candidate. That's not. I don't think that's the like Cannes we all think of, because there's another film festival that's near there that kind of has the same name. So it's like the, something film festival Cannes. So I could be wrong. So if anybody corrects me on this, go ahead.
I don't think Cannes.
Yeah, there is a short film festival.
Yeah, they don't have a short film festival.
I don't think this is the Cannes we think of when we think of Cannes.
But it won an audience.
No, there is a short film section in Cannes festival.
Is there?
I think there is, yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to look that up afterwards.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure this is not that can though.
It's funny because
Okay.
obviously what happens without spoilers, I just thought, oh, come on. Do you know what I mean? At the end, I was like, with the way the man looked, I was like, it kind of was a bit cheap looking. It was like, did they really have to do that? That just really took me out of the film, and for anything, it just cheapened the film for me. It was like, and I was trying to figure out then what.
Yeah, you could clearly tell he was wearing contacts. Like it was blatant with the close up of his face, and you're like, I can see the contacts covering his pupils.
Yeah,
That was probably a bit overdone.
It was really overdone, and it was like they didn't need to do that. I mean, it just really went over the edge. It was just on the edge for me of just being too sentimental and sickly sweet, and then that just pushed over the edge. I just, it just didn't do it for me at all.
Well, coming from me, Claire, if you don't mind me saying so, that's a damning verdict.
It won't be the lockdown effect.
Yeah, if Claire says it's too sentimental, then there's a serious problem with the film.
It does. I don't know. Maybe if it wasn't a different type of mood or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting sometimes how when you watch a film, the mood you're in impacts your interpretation of the film. So yeah, maybe other people were in the right mood for this film.
Yes. Well, personally, I didn't see it coming. Maybe I was in the wrong mood, but I know to say it all hinges on this sort of big twist, and I mean I didn't mind it so much. I wouldn't say I would go for sentimental films normally anyway, so I wasn't put out by it. But as you say, it's a film that's about how you look at the world, with a given set of circumstances, whether you look at the positives or the negatives, or do you smell the roses, or do you look at this steaming pile of shit in the corner? But I think that it's sort of an innate, we are emotionally hardwired anyway, so you can choose to take the positives out of a situation, but ultimately, like it's how it comes down to your personality. So I think probably most people are somewhere in the middle, and with regards to this film, I don't think that marriage is going to last. Like even if the circumstances change, I think something eventually will wear her down, and they will break up.
You don't see them staying together in the long run.
I don't know.
No.
I don't
Did it seem to you like his performance changed at the end? Like when they had the reveal, the way he moved and interacted with stuff around him changed a bit?
Yeah, well, they were trying to make it more obvious, I guess.
Yeah.
At first I thought, oh my God, this is a horror film.
But it's
for a split second, because it looked like he was a zombie. I was like, oh no, who is this guy who has these weird, sorry, spoiler alert, weird eyes? And so I thought it was
weird
like
fake contacts in.
Weird fake contact, and his hair was very flat to make him look different. Do you know? And then I thought, oh no, he's an intruder. Quick. There's, so what's going to happen here? And then I was like, oh, no, okay, no.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, to make the thing is, like, his movements, the way I guess they were going his, reality. So maybe the way he moves out the world, around the world in his reality, is much smoother and less obvious to his issue. And then when they reveal it, that's why he moves like that a bit more. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was necessary. I didn't, he could still physically, especially within his own home, he would be more comfortable with the environment and how he moved around within it.
Absolutely.
I wasn't really paying much attention.
But I know what
I was already zoning out when he started to speak.
But I know what the filmmaker's trying to get
Claire
at.
has a delay.
Sorry. I think my internet's a little bit bad. Sorry. Because it's really...
Yeah, it's your internet slow. Yeah, it's Claire. Like, you tend to start talking well after one of us does.
Sorry. But it's I know what they're trying to get at, the filmmakers, and But they took a concept and tried to push it on the audience too much. While the same concept, they could have pulled it back and it had been so much more powerful. Like, I've seen this with a lot of short films. They're just pushing and pushing it too much. They're trying to make the audience cry, trying to make them feel, while you do the opposite. You know, it's like someone who didn't trust their material. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Claire. Carl, you were going to say something?
Not really. Like, I think it comes down to the director, you know, the vision of the director, and they just wanted to like pile it on, you know, pile on the schmaltz, and they got the results. They got the audience reward. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, they did win, you know, that other Cannes and Verone Film Festival, Verone, whatever that is.
Verona.
So audience award winner at the Verone.
All right.
And then best actor at the Entre-deux Marches Festival Cannes.
Okay.
I'm sure my French is spot on, by the way.
Oh, your accent is superb.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What made you choose this film?
2013.
No, what made you choose it? I mean,
I just wanted to go with something foreign, and so I was looking for either French or Spanish films, and I watched something else that was French that I watched about probably a third of it before I was like, no, I'm not even going to bother with this one.
all right.
And then this one, it kept me interested enough to where I felt like it was still a good enough film for us to review, and had enough behind it to where we, you know, it gave us something to talk about versus the other film, which I don't remember what it was called. You just kind of start watching, you're like, oh, this is crap that somebody just made, and you know, or maybe it wasn't, but it didn't have enough to it that I think would generate enough of a discussion. And I wanted to go French.
Oh yeah, no, it was a good idea. Just curious because, you know, you presented it and then you say you didn't really like it either. So
yeah.
What Colin shows.
Yeah. This was the second of the two films I watched. Mm-hmm. So imagine what the other one was like. Yeah. Okay. So should we ratings?
Right.
Go ahead, Claire. You kind of cut out there.
Sorry. Okay, ratings. I'll give it a 2-star because I can see what they're getting at. It didn't do it for me, but
your fan.
What? Sorry.
Your fancy new computer isn't connecting to your Wi-Fi very well.
It's not. Actually, the iPad is probably better. But I'm trying out a new computer here at the moment. So yeah. But anyway, 2 stars.
2. Gosh, I don't know now. I didn't really think about it. I'll give it 3. Yeah, I'll give it 3. It's I don't think it's bad enough to warrant 2. So and it was to be, you know, it was, as you say, you started out, yeah, you're curious about what's happening here, and it was well acted, and you know, well made. I mean, I suppose it kind of lost ground with me kind of at the end, but yeah, 3 is fine.
I'm gonna go 2 as well. I think if the ending wasn't so poorly done, it probably could make it to a 3. But just the way the ending was shot, I just was not happy with. So I'm gonna go 2 as well.
What was that?
The screaming noise? I don't know. There's some car outside.
Was it? Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was outside. Yeah. So I don't know. Usually we're high up enough to where, like, if I open the door, I've got a balcony door here, to where if I opened it, you'd hear a decent amount of noise. It's let me tell you. So it's super effing hot right now here, and so we more or less have to keep kind of the doors and windows open during the day. And there's a building being built across very close to where we are, and they're at a stage where they're doing like this ground hammering thing, and it's just the loudest, most obnoxious noise, and it goes on almost all day long when we have to have the doors and windows open. It's really
Mm.
Is it really early?
It's funny the way you're talking, because it looks amazing. Your studio, you're reaching back and you see this, yeah, but it's not reality.
No. I know the little background thing's not working as well today as it has in the past. The virtual background. I can make it disappear.
Did anybody try the do you have what do you think the reflector? Do you have a reflector, the same one that Alan Doolan has?
Oh, the green screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, maybe I'll get that out next time and put it back here and see if I can do that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, his worked really well.
Mm.
Okay, let me wrap this up real quick.
Okay.
All right, audience. So if you want to see the film, of course, we'll throw the link into the notes. If you want to search for it, it's called How to Be Happy, or it's called Regarde, Regarde, depending on if you're looking for the English subtitled version or the French version. As always, let us know what you think via our social media channels, which are always at No Budget Show. And with that, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Lynn Shelton, guys, is who I was thinking of.
Stop recording.
The actress. We should watch a Lynn Shelton film.
Okay, I was pressed.
Oh,